Tonight on News 5 Live, a triple murder on La Isla Bonita. Police say the deaths of 2 adults and a 3-year-old is drug-related. Will there be a shakeup in the leadership of the Special Patrol Unit? A large high-level delegation led by PM Briceño met with cruise tourism stakeholders in Miami. We'll tell you what was discussed. And bus operators meet with GOB in Belmopan. These stories and more coming up on News 5 Live.
Smart introduces Real Unlimited Postpaid Plans, providing customers with unlimited talk, unlimited text, and unlimited data. Now that's a real great deal. With Smart Plus, Share 1 and 2, and Enterprise 1 and 2 plans, you can talk as much as you want, text as much as you want, and for the first time ever in Belize, you can enjoy unlimited data with your postpaid plan. So come in and sign up for an unlimited postpaid plan and enjoy limitless possibilities. In addition, other plans such as the Flex Junior, Choice, and Select have been boosted with a lot more talk, text, and data, providing you with the best value for your budget. Be unlimited with Smart. It's time to power your dollar with Smart.
LG dual inverter compressor cools air faster by operating at speeds as high as 120 Hz with more stability compared to conventional models. It also saves up to 70% more energy by operating at speeds as low as 10 Hz with more stability. It reduces torque vibration down to 40% for quiet outdoor unit operation. Stable operation with low vibrations also results in increased durability.
My Social Security. Your direct online access to all your Social Security information. 360 view of all your Social Security information. Registration services, benefits, contributions, and employer services at your fingertips. Enjoy all the new features with your My Social Security account. Register with SSB. Submission of benefit claims. Submission of contribution statements. View contribution record. Enjoy all your My Social Security feature at ssbportal.org.bz. Social Security at your fingertips.
Someone come? Yes, someone coming. Let's go. Sa.
Who no?
Fastest question of the day. What you the letter?
Who sent me the letter?
That sign right there. You can't read?
Well, make I tell you something. In this here community, everybody dump here, so me just dump my garbage right here.
So if somebody jump off a bridge, you do it too?
No, man. No.
You never know that littering is an environmental crime and Department of the Environment can charge you for that?
Why is that a crime?
Because you pollute the same environment you live in, dirtying the same land and water you use. You don't even know that you dumping garbage can make you and your family sick by attracting disease-carrying pests, and the Department of the Environment just to try help we take care of the environment.
So all of that? Well, know that to put it that way.
Thanks for your 5 cents, brother. That's 5 cents question of the day.
This message is brought to you by the Department of the Environment.
Taking its name from the venerable father of the nation, the George Price Highway stretches 77 miles from Belize City to Benqueviejo. Originally built in the 1930s, this cross-country highway system is the artery that links Belize to Central America at the western border with Guatemala. That connection facilitates overland trade, supporting Belize's economic development. Winding its way across the scenic countryside, the George Price Highway from Roaring Creek to Esperanza has been fully reconstructed to meet international standards, with particular emphasis on road safety. A shorter and hassle-free commute is best enjoyed when everyone obeys the traffic laws. To reduce the number and frequency of road traffic accidents, it means that a seatbelt must be worn at all times and the speed limit observed when traveling along the highway. It also means that pedestrians must use sidewalks and crosswalks where available. Buses should only board and discharge passengers at a designated bus stop. Road safety is everyone's responsibility. It begins with you.
This newscast is brought to you by the Belize Bank Limited. Our country, your bank.
Before Sunday night, the murder count for 2023 on La Isla Bonita stood at 2. But the bloodbath that occurred in the San Pedrito area sometime before midnight on Sunday has more than doubled that number. The unthinkable happened. A family of 3 and 2 of their friends were ambushed as they turned onto the back street near the lagoon, heading towards the family's home. Gunmen came out of the dark mangrove area and opened fire. When it was over, 3 people were dead, including a 3-year-old toddler. 4 others were wounded and are now hospitalized. The incident has left the families traumatized and at loss for words. The police are seeking answers and the tourism destination revisiting its safety net for residents and visitors. News 5's Marian Ali reports.
My niece, my loss of my niece. I can't, and I sit down, I put my 2 nephews right from my lap. And I put my niece and I tell her, who the auntie baby? Me auntie, who the auntie princess? Me auntie. She just not me a sweet little angel. She not we only girl in this yard.
3-year-old Amari Rodriguez will never get an opportunity to attend classes or drive a car or learn how to snorkel. She paid with her life on Sunday night, reportedly over an ongoing dispute between 2 friends whose relationship had soured over the past few weeks. The baby was one of 3 persons, including her father, who were shot dead about 100 yards from where she and her family lived in the San Pedrito area. The child's father, Delmar Rodriguez, a fisherman by trade, had borrowed his sister's golf cart earlier in the night to go and cash a check. They went to the Sandy Toes Lounge on the beachfront where they had food and a few drinks before heading home. But they never made it. Just as they turned the corner on the back street near the lagoon, a hail of bullets was fired at them. The residents, who were reluctant to talk on camera, said that it sounded like the murderers came by boat and ambushed the unsuspecting family and friends.
What a mountain may sound like that when fireworks drop from the ground and just start shut up. And I wake up my husband and I tell her, babe, you hear that? When we open the door, my sister-in-law, and the other Bali when get injured the time. When they down and they said, just kill your brother, my baby, my niece.
Fatally injured were 3-year-old Amari Rodriguez, her father, 25-year-old Delmar Rodriguez, and his friend Carlos Che, who stayed with his cousin on the other side of town in the San Mateo area. Margarita Rejon is Che's aunt. She told News 5 that Carlos had just arrived from Libertad village a week ago looking for work.
Tell me, Auntie, we there is hard right now. I just win $30 for the day. I got my 2 babies. Sometimes we don't go for eat. Libertad village. And I tell him, Pop, if I got money, I lend you because I know you can't pay me back because that would check them, pay them.
Rejon is also the mother of Leonel Cornejo, who was wounded in his abdomen and right calf and is hospitalized. Rejon says Leonel left their house in San Mateo to also go change his check, and he met up with his cousin, Carlos, and Delmar. The cousins, Carlos and Leonel, apparently decided to accompany Delmar and his girlfriend, 21-year-old Carla Cordova, and baby Amari to their house in San Pedrito. When the gunshots rang out, Carlos sought cover inside a yard, but he slipped and was shot dead where he fell. The police investigation has revealed from the get-go that the motive of the shooting was drug-related, and street talk in San Pedro is also suggesting the same. And while this kind of activity is difficult to put a lid on, San Pedro Mayor Wally Nunes told News 5 that they have to suppress these incidents because it hurts the fragile tourism industry and causes uneasiness among the residents.
We cannot afford for these things to continue happening because it affects our tourism, it affects our livelihoods, it affects our residents that are not feeling safe when they go out in these different areas. As you can see, we have started all this pavement in the different areas, and this will give a little boost to these areas, an economic boost, because traffic will be flowing more in these areas, and we cannot have these illegal activities happening. We need to put a stop on this, and it has to be now. The entrance of the Boca del Rio bridge, the Boca del Rio, the channel itself, we want to put a police booth there, Coast Guard, police, Coast Guard, and Port Authority, so that we can do checks for whoever comes in and out. Then we have back here by San Pedrito, which was the area last night, and we have San Mateo as well.
Aside from Leonel Cornejo, who was wounded, 3 pedestrians were also shot. They are San Pedrito residents, 31-year-old Jose Hernandez, 23-year-old Ivan Guerra, and 19-year-old Randy Guerra, who all suffered varying degrees of injuries and are hospitalized. Reporting for News 5, I'm Marion Ali.
As we reported, word on the street in San Pedro and from the police department is that drugs were the reason behind Sunday night's deadly ambush on the Rodriguez Cordova family and friends. The Belize Police Department has assigned a team of investigators from Belmopan to assist San Pedro police in the heinous attack that claimed 3 lives and left 4 others wounded. Today, they were canvassing the area where the incident happened in the San Pedrito area. Commissioner of Police Chester Williams told the media that investigators are looking for 2 suspects.
This morning around 12:04 a.m., San Pedro police were called to the San Pedro Polyclinic, where on arrival they observed 4 persons being attended to by the doctors. All exhibited what appeared to be gunshot injuries to varying degree of the body. The police later went to an area in the San Pedrito area of San Pedro town, where on arrival the lifeless body of 2 male persons was seen. The police went ahead and did what needed to have been done in processing the scene. the name of those two deceased persons were learned, as well as other information. In interviewing a witness who was in the area, police were told that one of the deceased persons, a guy Delmar Rodriguez, his common law wife, their 2-year-old daughter, and another male person who is also deceased were on a golf cart heading home in the San Pedrito area, not too far away from their home on the back street. They were ambushed from the lagoon side, from the mangrove, by 2 individuals brandishing firearms.
But what could have caused such a vicious attack on a family that had a 3-year-old baby with them? According to the police, it was all rooted in a drug find that ended up going wrong. It is believed that Rodriguez was targeted when he opted out of a hit after he and one of the suspects found a wet drop off the coast of the island. When Rodriguez decided he would not take part in the hit, the friend demanded a portion of the money that he collected from the sale of his share of the drugs. When he couldn't, he was killed. Today, Police Commissioner Chester Williams shared that the police are looking for Christian Espat and Michael Brown.
At this time, we're looking for 2 individuals, that is Michael Brown and Christian Espat. Those 2 persons are currently being sought by the police, and we are appealing to the public that if they have any information pertinent to their whereabouts, to please feel free to call us so that we can go and remove these 2 dangerous criminals off our streets. You would know the name Christian Espat is not new. It has been called on numerous occasions for allegedly committing crimes of this nature. What we have gathered in terms of a motive is that there may have been some drugs found by one of the deceased person. As you would know that one of the deceased person was a close affiliate of Christian Espat, and apparently after drugs were found, there was a division between them due to the fact that what we are hearing, that there was not an equitable share of the drugs, and based on that he was targeted by the Espat. So it is a motive that we're looking at. We believe the motive is credible based on what we have gotten from other sources, and so the police continue to look at that investigation.
And the death of Amari Rodriguez has been weighing heavily on the Commissioner of Police, who says the police will spare no resources to capture the 2 suspects. Compal Williams stated that such indiscriminate act of violence will not be countenanced by the department. He noted that police are confident that the murder suspects will be convicted in a court of law once captured.
We have to examine the callous nature with which they operate. Obviously, they have no regards to not even the life of a child. And when we have people like these, society should have no sympathy on them. No 2-year-old should fall victim to gun violence. And it doesn't matter if they may want to come and say that they did not know the child was there. You cannot shoot indiscriminately in a group of people and expect that you might not catch persons other than your intended target. It cannot be. And we just have to make sure that we work the case as best as we can, put forth the best possible evidence to make sure that we can secure a conviction. And I'm sure that once we can do that, the High Court is going to do what they should do in putting them away for life.
Do you believe the suspects are on the island or that they have fled?
Well, we believe that they may be somewhere on the island or on some other island within the area. We are doing what we can to find them. We know that Espat do have a history of whenever he is accused of committing this heinous type of crime, he would normally flee to the Benke area. As you would know, he do have relatives in Benke. And so we are looking for him on land, sea, and maybe even in the air, but he must be found.
This afternoon, Tourism CEO Nicole Usher Solano also expressed concerns in the wake of the deadly attack in San Pedro. The island town is a prime tourism destination in Belize, and incidents like this do have an adverse effect on tourism and citizen security.
It's an extremely sad situation. I know it saddens all of us when we hear news like that, and it doesn't matter whether it's not a tourism matter, it's a national matter, and safety security is a national matter for us. And whenever there's an incident like this, and condolences to the families, it's a very sad situation. It affects all of us. The news is not just local, the news is global, and we have to do everything we can to focus on safety, security, and protection for our citizens, and that translates into the tourism industry as well.
Commissioner of Police Chester Williams also weighed in on the general state of affairs on Ambergris Caye as it pertains to the trafficking of illegal firearms and drugs. He noted that the island is close in proximity to Ixcalac, Mexico, and that it is not lost on the department that drugs and guns are trafficked using this route. Compal Williams stated that narco traffickers are operating in the open sea at an increasing rate. This has led to an increase in wet drops and individuals combing the beaches looking for a quick come up.
We do know that there is an issue with the playadores in North Ambergris Caye, and that was one of the reasons why we had set up the forward operating base on Northern Ambergris Caye, where we currently have it. And then we also have the Coast Guard base, which is much more up from where we have our base. And you would know, again, because we always release this information to the media, that on numerous occasions the police have found parcels of drugs in that channel on North Ambergris Caye. And those drugs have always revealed to be cocaine, except for one instance where the parcel was cannabis. But we constantly conduct patrols along that area, targeting the playadores, all in a view to prevent them from finding or walking the beach and looking for drugs. But again, the police cannot live on the beaches, and so they would take opportunity when police is not conducting patrols to go and search. And yes, certainly what we understand is that a whole bale may have been found by the individual. And again, that is going to pose serious problems. So I want to appeal to people. Whenever you find these drugs, please surrender it to the authorities. Keeping it and try to dispose of it only bring problem to you and your families. And I don't think your life worth a couple kilos of cocaine. It doesn't work that.
Coming up, is the Special Patrol Unit falling short of the Commissioner's expectations? We'll have more details when we come back. Managing your mental health this October and November 2023. Mental health and well-being is a universal human right and are fundamental to enjoying a good and meaningful life. It's not always easy to understand our emotions or to accept or express how we feel. Not sure how to ask for help when you're struggling? Stop. Don't ignore your emotions. If you want to talk about how you are feeling, send a free SMS with the word TIPS to YouReport at 886 or scan the QR codes to access our mental health support.
Whether you're in a bustling urban area or a tranquil rural community, connectivity matters. Internet access is key to continued socioeconomic development. That is why Digi, our national telecom, has and will continue to invest millions of dollars to expand its mobile and fiber networks throughout Belize. Thousands of mobile users and households, especially along the highways and in rural communities, are now enjoying the benefits of Digi's resilient infrastructure. Our national telecom will continue to lead the charge towards digital transformation by utilizing cutting-edge technology and maintaining an unwavering dedication to excellence. With our DigiWallet solution, Belizeans in urban and rural areas now have easy and safe access to a wide array of financial services via their mobile devices. And with the recent launch of DigiTV, Digi has made history, becoming the only quad play service provider in Belize. Now, customers can save with our DigiOne bundles that offer home internet, mobile, home phone, and DigiTV services all in one place. Digi is committed to providing all communities with access to high-quality, reliable, and affordable services while unlocking untapped potential and opening the doors to a brighter future for all. Be a part of the transformation and experience connectivity like never before. Because with Digi, connectivity matters.
Inspection first. Once the inspection passes, we do the connection for you.
Our teams at BEL continue to serve you.
Get ready, babe. We're going on a vacation.
Finally, where are we going?
Don't worry, babe. I have we covered.
Are you sure you know where we're going?
Yes, babe. Oh, right there, see? Babe, the price me too good to be true. Me look much more better in that picture.
When life throws you a curveball, Belize Bank has your back. With our online financing, you can turn any vacation mishap into a dream getaway.
Cheers to Belize Bank for making our dream vacation a reality.
Thanks to you, babes, to turn things around.
No thanks to you, cheapo.
Ouch.
Experience the future of financing with Belize Bank online, where you can secure funds for anything, from anywhere, at any time, all without stepping foot in a bank. Apply for a loan today and unlock a world of possibilities.
The Commissioner of Police and his Eastern Division commanders held a meeting with members of the Special Patrol Unit today in Belize City. According to Compal Williams, the unit that has played such a huge role in subduing violence in the old capital for the past weeks has been slacking off. The meeting with the unit was to pledge their support for its commander, Assistant Superintendent Aaron Gamboa. Here's what he told us.
Certainly, I will be reading the Riot Act to the SPU. I need to see more coming out of them, that's for sure. Again, we pay very keen attention to the murder rate. These 3 murders in San Pedro really put a hurt on us. But like I said, we just have to do our best to solve it. I will commend the team in the Eastern Division under the command of Mr. Romero, Mr. Noble and Mr. Reyes. They have been doing an excellent job in ensuring that our operational objectives are met. And whenever there are shortfalls in what I expect of the team, I would normally bring them in and try to make sure that we get back on track. I do not anticipate or foresee that we're going to lose Belize City. Despite those incidents that you spoke about, I still believe that we are working together, the police as well as the LIU and other stakeholders as a part of LIU, to ensure we achieve the objectives of the LIU, the concept of LIU. We continue to do our intervention. We continue to do the work project. We continue to do the educational project. So the entire process of LIU is working. And then we do have the good policing efforts on the streets. But at times the policing efforts do fall short of our expectations. And so we believe that over the past few days, we have seen where the SPU have fallen short of our expectations. And so we are going to have that meeting with them today to ensure we get back on track where we want to be.
As for the competence of the SPU commander, Assistant Commissioner of Police Aaron Gamboa, Compal Williams says he is one of their strongest commanders. Compal Williams also addressed recent allegations of misconduct brought up against Gamboa.
I am sure the allegations against Mr. Gamboa has no merit. I can tell you that for sure. But again, let the person who went and gave you the information make his official complaints, and then we'll investigate. In terms of Mr. Gamboa's leadership of the SPU, Mr. Gamboa is one of the strongest commander we have who commands one of our operational units. He tries and he's always on the grounds with his people, directing them to ensure that what needs to be done is done. But he's only one man. He needs to get support from his supporting team, the person who is in charge of SPU in Belize City, because you have a person who is responsible for Belize City, as well as the other NCOs who are part of the unit. It is not just about him, and so we are going to lend him our support today so that the others can understand that we are here to work together, and it is only by working together that we'll be able to achieve our operational objectives. And so I have every confidence in the job that Mr. Gamboa is doing as a commander of SPU.
There was a shooting incident in Lake Independence on Saturday night that has left one person hospitalized. According to Assistant Commissioner of Police Alberto Romero, the victim, identified as Alexander Castillo, was riding a motorcycle when he was accosted by a lone gunman on a bicycle.
On Saturday, 21st of October 2023, police responded to shots fired on Mahogany Street. Upon their arrival, they found Alexander Castillo with gunshot injuries to the body. Information is that Alexander Castillo was riding a motorcycle when he was approached by a male person on a bicycle who fired several shots towards his direction. Castillo is presently admitted at KHMH in a stable condition. We do not have any suspect at this time in regards to this shooting.
Robbery in La Democracia village on Friday night has resulted in the arrest of one of 3 suspects. 21-year-old Shamar Brakeman has been charged for the crime after the proprietor of a store reported to police that she was held up at gunpoint by a trio of men who entered her place of business demanding money.
Friday, the 29th day of October 2023, around 8:10 p.m., police responded to a robbery report at Kiana's store at La Democracia village. Upon the arrival, a complainant reported that she was at her store serving customers when she was approached by 3 male persons armed with firearms who demanded money. She opened the door and let them in, and they stole an amount of cash, then fled from the area. Police conducted searches in the area and detained several persons. An investigation was carried out, and since then, one Shamar Brakeman, 21 years, has been arrested and charged for the crime of robbery. We are seeking other suspects.
For assistance from the Taiwanese government, Digital Connect centers have been installed in several villages and communities across the country. 3 months after the launch of one of the centers in Carmelita, thieves broke into the building and stole all the electronic devices, leaving behind only 2 chairs. Several persons have been arrested, including residents from the village. It is a crime that has Orange Walk East Area Representative Kevin Bernard incensed.
I was so furious about that thing. I think it's so disheartening to see that people will stoop so low. In July of this year, we were able to inaugurate, launch the Digital Connect Center, just to see less than 3 months. It has been vandalized, burglarized by the people that live within the same community. I want to thank the police though, because I think their response have been very swift. They have made a few arrests, and questions are being sought. We got to understand already that some of these items are already on sale in Belize City. So the police, the CIBs, they are following up on every lead, and I would hope that they can bring those people to justice. At the end of the day, it does not hurt me. It hurts the community. It hurts the young people, the people who had access to these things that did not have access at home. And that's what the Digital Connect Center is about. It's not just a center that people go there and sit on a computer. It was going to be used for training, for digital training, for persons who want to learn, whether you are young, middle-aged, or old. It was a point for people to get ahead and bridge that digital gap that we have that exists in the country. And so I really, I was so upset when I heard this news, and hopefully we can bring these people to justice.
Bernard says that he will be lobbying for the replacement of the stolen equipment so that the center can be up and running to serve the community. After the break, high-level government delegation meets with cruise stakeholders in Miami. But first, here's a weather update with data from the Belize Met Service.
My last little bit of paint.
Paint? How can that be a problem? We got you.
You have the exact color?
Definitely.
Attention DIY enthusiasts and professional builders. It's Builders Hardware's Mega Sale, starting October 16th and running through to December 30th. During our Mega Sale, you can enjoy up to 30% off items in our store. Looking to freshen up your home? Then enjoy 20% off on all paints, wood stains, and accessories. But that's not all. You get a whopping 25% discount on all other items in our store and a massive 30% off selected items. At Builders Hardware, we believe our customers are awesome. And that's why we're committed to providing top-notch service and the highest quality products. So whether you're a seasoned pro or a DIY beginner, we are waiting for you. Builders Hardware Mega Sale from October 16th until the end of the year.
Smart introduces Real Unlimited Postpaid Plans, providing customers with unlimited talk, unlimited text, and unlimited data. Now that's a real great deal. With Smart Plus, Share 1 and 2, and Enterprise 1 and 2 plans, you can talk as much as you want, text as much as you want, and for the first time ever in Belize, you can enjoy unlimited data with your postpaid plan. So come in and sign up for an unlimited postpaid plan and enjoy limitless possibilities. In addition, other plans such as the Flex Junior, Choice, and Select have been boosted with a lot more talk, text, and data, providing you with the best value for your budget. Be unlimited with Smart. It's time to power your dollar with Smart.
Everything is better electric. Be more efficient with electric vehicles and transforming your home with Energy Star electric appliances and power tools. This helps to create a greener and cleaner world for the next generation. Energize your world with BL.
Here you go, babe.
Thanks, babe. How did they go? Good?
It was good.
Gal, I think it'll get hard out there.
think I should go close the window.
Don't let this happen to you. At Design Depot, we have Oran windows, exactly what you need to weather any storm and keep you safe. With Oran, you get strength, durability, and security. Oran features a strong double latch that closes securely, all at an affordable price only at Design Depot. With Oran, you'll always be safe.
A delegation of as many as 6 government officials, including Prime Minister John Bersenio, Tourism Minister Anthony Moller, Foreign Minister Eamon Courtney, and Belize City Mayor Bernard Wagner traveled to Miami on Thursday, where meetings were held with the Florida Caribbean Cruise Association. The importance of the discussions was to address issues pertaining to the future of development of cruise tourism in Belize, as well as to focus on a sustainable approach to such activity. Representatives of the various cruise lines committed to working more closely with the government of Belize and the private sector.
As you know, cruise tourism is a very important component of the tourism industry. We focus quite heavily, of course, on overnight tourism, but cruise is just as important. When talking about post-COVID recovery, we know that the overnight sector is closer to 2019 figures than cruise tourism is, but it's still very important. So important that the Prime Minister and his delegation of cabinet ministers, we had 6 ministers with us, saw it very important to connect with member lines of the Florida Caribbean Cruise Association, and we did that in Miami. That's where they're based. We had been planning this meeting for some months, and they were very happy to organize that meeting for us and bring together the main lines to have that discussion with the government.
The round of meetings come at a time when there was some turbulence in the cruise tourism sector in respect of developments that are being contested. How was this received? Because I'm certain that they would have seen or heard all the noise and stuff that's happening on the home front here. How was that received in the context of all that has been taking place?
Well, definitely what happens in Belize and what is shown on the news in Belize is seen around the world. So all of the matters related to the cruise port and cruise port development in Belize is no secret to the cruise lines. They know. So that is something that they were concerned about. And I think one of the main reasons why this meeting was so important was for us as a government to go to them and let them know how serious we are about cruise, and that the business of cruise tourism in Belize is something that we want to ensure sustainable development and longevity into the future.
The meeting between the Bersenio administration and the executives of the FCCA also served to reiterate the urgent need for a birthing facility to be constructed in Belize. Tourism stakeholders, including the respective cruise lines, have been clamoring for a berthing facility to be built as the industry transitions away from tendering. According to CEO Solano, contrary to what was reported elsewhere, the meetings with FCCA did not include discussions on Portico and the proposed Port of Magical Belize.
Just about every single line that we met with expressed the importance of having a berthing facility. The future of cruise tourism requires it. Tendering, and Belize is a tendering port, is not going to be sustainable for us as ships change and as the industry transforms going into the future. So that is something that they all expressed, and the government was able to say to those lines that they are committed to ensure that we do support a port development that meets industry standards and has environmental clearances in the future.
Again, or as well, these sessions were held at a point in time where the government hasn't been able to introduce or subsequently enact legislation that addresses cruise tourism development in the country post the definitive agreement. Was this something that was discussed, or was there any concern raised in respect of this matter?
Yeah, I do think that the government was able to confirm to them that legislation is close to being confirmed, and that was stated in the meeting. And so they were able to feel, go away with a sense of comfort that Belize was serious about where we're going in that regard.
Okay. Was there anything raised insofar as Portico and, of course, the cruise line that it's scheduled to do business with once the Port of Magical Belize gets underway?
Well, related to Portico specifically, there was no discussion in that in the FCCA meeting. They were simply requiring some kind of commitment from the government of Belize about what was going to happen with port facilities, and the Prime Minister and the ministers were able to confirm that we're definitely close to a resolution in that regard, and that was what was expressed to them, which would include the development of or finalization of some legislation that would ensure that we would be able to move forward.
As we mentioned earlier, Belize City Mayor Bernard Wagner was also part of the delegation that met with the FCCA. But was his role and purpose for attending the sessions? According to CEO Solano, cruise tourism arrivals come ashore in Belize City.
Right now, the lines do come into port in Belize City, and Belize City is a very important part of the entire industry. If you have people coming off at 4th Street Tourism Village, they walk around the city. The cleanliness of the city is important. The Belize City tours, what's happening with the buses and the safety and security, and all of these matters are currently very much relevant to the city. So his involvement was important. Our minister is very keen on ensuring that we bring together all the partners and have everybody around the table when these discussions occur. So that was really the main purpose of it, bring everybody together. The ministers were there, the mayor was there, we had the executive team of the Belize Tourism Board and the Ministry of Tourism, and all of the executives of the cruise line. So bringing them all together and having the discussion and the frank discussion around the table so that everybody could understand what was happening was important.
Today, the executive of the Belize Bus Association met with Minister of Transport Rodwell Ferguson and his team following a release indicating that December 31st, 2023 is the deadline for the upgrade of buses. The transition has been a discussion for some time now, including the phasing out of older buses. It is something that the bus owners have agreed to, but say that the deadline given by the ministry is unrealistic. The media caught up with President of the Belize Bus Association, Thomas Shaw, who says that following a meeting of the BBA executive on Sunday, he called upon the minister. He shares in part the options that were presented, including a raise in bus fares by 75%.
We have supporters from the biggest bus company here, which is Westline. And what came out of that meeting was that they have actually moved the goalposts, because what they're asking for is quite impossible. And they have to determine what they want. You want an electric bus or you want a diesel bus? Because you're telling the operators now that some of them don't even pay off for the bus that they have presently. But you're telling them they have to park then come December. and have newer buses. So what we are telling the minister and what we want to tell the riding public, which we do sympathize with them, if this is what the department wants, then the bus fares have to go up like 75% in order for it to. It does, because it's easy to sit behind a desk and to say, make policies, and to put things out there. But in reality, on the ground, if you go out there, it's something different. They have got to get out here and see what it entails. And we have, on numerous occasions, operators have put this together and show them what it costs for fuel, what it costs for your office, what it costs for social security, what it costs for oil, what it costs for fuel. And nobody goes into business to lose money, you're going to make a profit. And what you buy the buses out of the profit. So if you're not making no profit, where do you go from there?
So you said either push the goalposts or increase the fare.
Right, absolutely. In order for it to work. And if you want to be part of if you're not part of the problem, then you got to be part of the process. In order for this to work, it has to be a collaborative effort between GOB and the operators. There's no way the operators can afford to be taking this loss. I see all the Chinese stores, everybody else, increasing their fares, except the bus owners.
BBA President Thomas Shaw says that the bus operators only just received the letter last week of the new deadline, giving them only 2 months to replace their entire fleet. He says BBA members have been complying, upgrading 50% of their buses before phase out in December 2024. During the COVID pandemic, a subsidy allowed for bus operators to stay afloat. But this deadline threatens the survival of the public transportation industry that is already challenged by increased expenses.
Since then, Social Security went up, increase in Social Security. Since then, when we got that subsidy, fuel was just $11 a gallon and we were fighting for it. Right now, the fuel is $13.35 per gallon. A tire that you used to pay $400 for is like $800 now. If you buy a gallon of synthetic oil, it's a little over $100. If you buy the inferior oil, which is the wind oil or the Pure Guard, you can get that for about like $13, $14. So what we're looking at right now, it's not feasible. In other words, for what they're asking for, what we intend to achieve. So let cool head prevails. Let the minister sit down with us. Because I know he's a businessman and he knows about business because he has a family, and having a family is much easier than dealing with buses. In this country, we have over 350 operators, right? So you do the calculation, each bus, 2-3 persons per bus, and they have a family. You see what the bus industry does to this country. I mean, when we look at the sugar, when we look at the citrus, we see everything is falling apart. Everything is falling apart. So what we are trying to do, we are trying to preserve this that is left. You know, even my colleague, I mean, he has brand new buses, and if you should speak to him right now, he's telling Florella, he's going to tell her that the fares are too low.
When we return, a new PUP mayoral candidate in Belmopan.
At times, life can become full of challenges and feel overwhelming. Conditions such as depression, anxiety, substance dependence, and a family history of suicide or previous suicide attempts are also factors that may contribute to suicide. A suicidal person may experience feelings of hopelessness, worthlessness, emptiness, and being a burden to family and friends. They feel like they have exhausted all their options and there is no way out. Suicidal people do not truly want to die, but see it as the only option to end the unbearable pain they are in. If you or someone you know needs help, contact us at phone number 828-5992, or you can visit your nearest hospital and ask to speak with a mental health nurse. Services are available countrywide.
My name is Denise Mala. I had an aunt, one of my mom's sister, that we believe died from cancer. She was relatively young. And my sister passed from cervical cancer. I have been doing annual checkups. Recently, after one of the annual checkups, I noticed, a change in one of my breasts. I went for the next checkup earlier and I brought it to the attention of my treating doctor. He looked at it and he said he didn't like what he was seeing. A biopsy was requested and then the biopsy came back positive. When you first find out these things, you think about a lot of things and then eventually it comes around to the finance. I recalled this insurance, critical illness insurance that I had that I was paying. And that was probably the first time I read that contract. I read it in its entirety. And then I recognized that, this is going to assist me. I called the office, spoke with my agent. He was very helpful, guided me through what I needed to do. So I went through the process and I communicated with him a couple times and he just informed me what was happening. In a pretty short period of time, I was paid my insurance. This plan that I had been paying for many years, in my time of need, that came through for me. Having that insurance helped me significantly. It is absolutely something that everyone should consider because you never know when you're going to need it.
Pablo Kawich is the People's United Party's new mayoral candidate in Belmopan. Pablo and his slate of 5 councillor candidates topped the polls at the PUP's municipal convention on Sunday in the capital city. The only councillor from the current council to secure a victory at Sunday's convention was Saini Kao. As we reported, Mayor Sharon Palacio announced that she would not be contesting the convention. All the other councillors that served under her did not secure enough votes to vie for office in the upcoming municipal election. We spoke with Kawich today.
The work was spread out over many months. I had constructed the slate by the end of May, early June, and from the first week of June, we started making visits in the different areas of Belmopan, meeting some of the residents, introducing the team. It was a lot of hours put in, but it paid off. I personally, on my own, had also started making visits from last year to different residents around the city. And one of the things that they had expressed was that they felt that they did not have proper representation or a voice in City Hall. So that was one of the things that stuck in my mind, and discussing that with the executive that I had formed, we found it best to try and ensure that we represent the city in every zone. So we looked for people from every area of Belmopan, from the San Martin area, Mayamopan area, Las Flores area, Central, North, and we looked for people that live in these particular areas, since nobody knows the problems of an area better than somebody that lives there.
Today, the media caught up with Minister of Health and Wellness Kevin Bernard at the contract signing ceremony for 2 new ambulances donated by the government of Japan. We'll have that story for you later in the newscast. But Minister Bernard gave an update on the investigation into the fake Tylenol that was being sold in supermarkets, primarily in the Belize, Cayo, and Orange Walk districts. When detected, the ministry immediately issued an advisory about the phony medication. The investigation is to reveal how the fake medication made it into the system and obviously did not enter the country legally.
These things definitely had to have come from through the black market, from through illegal means, because if you would have brought these in through normal process, these items would have been inspected, would have been picked up at the firm inspection process, and if those persons, whoever brought it in, would have registered the Tylenol, we would have ensured that we would have picked that up. Now remember, there are certain over-the-counter drugs that does not require registration, Tylenol being one of them. However, as the Minister of Health and Wellness, we can apply certain sections of the Drug and Act, and we have already sought legal advice, and we are in the process now. In fact, last week I signed the Gazette, so that should be appearing in the Gazette in the 2 consecutive period, and then we are in the steps to also amend the legislation so that things like these cannot occur again, and we hold people responsible and accountable.
Do you guys have a figure of how many may have entered the country as yet?
That is yet to determine, because, like as I said, we continuously are doing more inspections across the country. I have just returned over the weekend, and so I'm going to get a full brief from our director in terms of what found, what has been found, what has been dealt with, what has been destroyed, and then I will be able to provide a more in-depth update to you all. But definitely I can tell you that our drug inspector teams are out there making sure that these things are being checked, and that every stores who provide over-counter medication such as the Tylenol, if whoever is found with these things, then will have to face the necessary actions that the ministry will take thereafter.
Several companies have since informed the ministry of having bought the fake Tylenol and have handed them over to the authorities. The ministry has proceeded to remove them from shelves, after which they will be destroyed. But what happens next? Should the investigation reveal the responsible entity? Here's what Health Minister Kevin Bernard had to say.
You have the commercialized and you have the retail. Now, you have people who genuinely apply for importation. Now, like as I said, if that person may have applied for importation, now we know what happens sometimes, and which is wrong. You pay and you import one certain amount, but then behind the scenes you have one next amount where they come, but not account for. Those are the issues we need to crack down on. And it requires a whole approach, not just the Ministry of Health. And we have good relationship with customs. We have a good relationship with the border management and controls that we have in place. We need to crack down on these things. A few months ago, we heard about a case in the north where a huge amount, I think the customs had charged them about $700,000. Where they were trying to bring illegal medication without registering the medication. And so these are things that we have been cracking down on, and to ensure that there's no loopholes left. But again, like I said, we need to tighten the law to address these type of issues. And I say this because if somebody who is a wholesaler brings in a product, they would have already gotten the permit and the requirements to bring in the product. So the retailer would buy from the wholesaler. So that retailer does not necessarily have to get the permission, and that's where we feel that there was the loophole, and so we have to tighten that, and that's why we're going to fix it.
A grant contract signing ceremony was held today at the vaccination unit on the Western Regional Hospital compound in Belmopan. Through partnership with the Embassy of Japan and the Pan American Health Organization, Belize was the recipient of 2 ambulances to add to its fleet. While the ceremony held today was more for formality, the ambulances are already in country and will soon be in use by the Ministry of Health and Wellness. News 5's Dwayne Moody reports.
2 new ambulances are being acquired by the Western Regional Hospital in Belmopan and the Northern Regional Hospital in Orange Walk to help improve the medical services in those regions. While overall it is critical to the social and economic development of the country, the ambulances will strengthen the emergency response transportation mechanism.
We continuously look at ways how we could enhance our fleet of ambulances. We have done a lot of EMT training across the country, and so as we train more people, we need to ensure that we have the necessary resources, which is the ambulances, to be able to provide additional services to our residents, because there were a few older ambulances, and so we had to ensure that we're trying to upgrade our fleet. Over just this year alone, we have gotten, I think, between the purchases from the ministry and grants that we have received in both through the Japanese government and including the Taiwanese government and our local funding. I think we have acquired over about 8 ambulances so far that has been sent across the country. So this is just going to be an additional 2 fleet that we're going to continue to enhance the service that we provide to the citizens of this country, especially in these areas.
Yeah. Valued at a little over $212,000 US, the donation was made possible through the signing of a grassroots and human security grant contract between the Embassy of Japan and the Western Regional Hospital.
Program is by Japanese Embassy to a NGO or local government or a regional entity of government.
And then talk to us about the continued partnership between Belize and the Embassy of Japan.
We donated, of course, ambulances, garbage truck in some part of Belize. We hope other entity, a local entity, or local government or NGO apply this program. Every year we donated 1 or 2 program in Belize.
Health and Wellness Minister Kevin Bernard confirms that the ambulances are already in country.
The ambulances are already here, actually, so this is just the formalities. They are already at the supplier at I believe the Japanese government utilized Belize diesel. So if you would pass by Belize, you will see the 2 ambulances parked in their area already. So those will then be handed over officially at some point.
Dwayne Moody for News 5.
The annual Tourism Awards were held on Sunday to acknowledge stakeholders in various aspects of the service industry, including tour operators, hoteliers, and restaurateurs. According to Chief Executive Officer Nicole Usher Solano, the celebration served to recognize the men and women who go above and beyond in the tourism sector.
It's always really nice to have a celebration of all of the people in tourism that work hard every day, you know, to give the high levels of service. And every year there's the occasion of the Tourism Awards where these people are recognized, and the hotels, the restaurants, tour operators, frontline personnel. There are several awards, and last night was the one for 2023. So very nice celebration, very good celebration. Everybody was happy, and so many people were nominated, but you could only have one winner, right? So in each of those categories, it was very well received and very well attended.
Up next, back-to-back champions, Hard Rock Boys.
With the steady increase in prices, it's hard to hold on to your hard-earned cash. Well, here at Benny's, prices are steadily falling, making it easier to stretch your dollars. Prices are slashed on electrical products, LED lights, plywood, and wheelbarrows. Yes, we have the cheapest in town. And with X's massive season going on right now, get store-wide discounts on select products from now through the summer 31st. Visit a Benny's store near you today, where the prices just keep on falling. Benny's, quality and savings.
Babe, have you seen the advisory that NEMA just posted? There's going to be a storm.
Storm? It's not a storm. That's just a little rain. We'll be all right.
Thank goodness that was only a simulation. But what if it wasn't? Consider this. You've worked hard building your future, your family, your business, your home. RF&G Insurance has policy options that can protect your most valued assets so that you can focus on what matters most. Include RF&G Insurance in your hurricane prep. Remember, it pays to get it right with RF&G Insurance, a Road Group company.
Everything is better electric. Be more efficient with electric vehicles and transforming your home with Energy Star electric appliances and power tools. This helps to create a greener and cleaner world for the next generation. Energize your world with BEL.
Smart introduces Real Unlimited postpaid plans, providing customers with unlimited talk, unlimited text, and unlimited data. Now that's a real great deal. With Smart Plus, Share 1 and 2, and Enterprise 1 and 2 plans, you can talk as much as you want, text as much as you want, and for the first time ever in Belize, you can enjoy unlimited data with your postpaid plan. So come in and sign up for an unlimited postpaid plan and enjoy limitless possibilities. In addition, other plans such as the Flex Junior, Choice, and Select have been boosted with a lot more talk, text, and data, providing you with the best value for your budget. Be unlimited with Smart.
It's time to power your dollar with Smart.
Good night and welcome to another edition of Sports Monday. I am Paul Lopez. Hard days are the best because that is when champions are made. That's a quote from American athlete Gabby Douglas. And these champions have definitely seen some hard days. On Sunday evening, the Port Loyola Titans went head-to-head with the defending champions, Hard Rock Boys, in the William Dawson Sprite Digit Basketball Finals inside the Belize City Civic Center. At the start of the game, Hard Rock Boys in possession. The ball is brought down the court by Marcel Richards. Nelson Tablada is on top defending. The pass is made to Joseph Sutherland. He finds Kevin Hamilton. Earl Johnson comes around to the free throw line. He puts up a jump shot, and that is good. Here's a fast break from the Titans as Gabriel Taylor gets the rebound. He passes off to John Kelly. He finds Stevan Lennon going to the rim. He passes it off, and Lennon secures the layup. Richards passes to Hamilton. He finds Richards once again across the court. Richards hesitates and makes the pass to Jason Vasquez. Johnson on the inside puts up the jump shot, and that's money. Watch Johnson in action again off the fast break. Hamilton dribbles past Tablada. He looks to go up, but Kelly is on him. A wild pass to Richard. Johnson gets in position and he gets the bucket. On the other end, Taylor sends the ball wide to Kelly. He finds Tablada at the three-point line. Tablada blows past Richard and Hamilton and puts it up. The two teams ended the first quarter with 12 points each. Here is some second quarter action. This is the quarter the Hard Rock Boys began to take complete control of the game. Hamilton finds Travis Bernardes at the three-point line. He dribbles, passes off to Johnson. He gets the ball right back, steps to the right, and makes the three-pointer shot. In this next play, Tablada gets the turnover and tries to push the ball down to Taylor, but Hamilton is there to recover. Bernardes is asking for the ball. He gets it and drives to the rim for a beautiful layup. Jason Vasquez finds Johnson in the paint. Johnson goes up and makes the basket. It's a play we have been seeing Hard Rock Boys use over and over in this game. Here is Hamilton ending the half in style with a layup at the buzzer. The first half ended with Hard Rock Boys in the lead with 29 points to 19 for the Titans. Hard Rock Boys would go on to stretch that lead to 17 points in the third, sealing the deal in the fourth quarter and claiming the 2023 title, making them back-to-back champions in this tournament.
May I take the opportunity to congratulate Hard Rock Boys. I must say, I was rooting against you all. I wanted Southside to win. But at the end of the day, the better team became victorious. There is one person from Hard Rock who I believe must be the MVP. And if he does not get it, I'm going to tear down the Civic Center today. That's Bolo.
And just like that, a 6-month tournament has come to a close.
We had 24 teams, 19 city teams, and 5 village teams. Thank you to all these teams. Definitely next year, we are already at 34 teams who want to participate in this tournament. And we want to big up all these teams who already expressed interest of 2024.
And from basketball, we move now into some football action. The Anthony Mahler Mundialito football tournament is back for its 2023 closing season on Berger Field. On Saturday, the first match of the game was between Royal Fusion Girls and All-Star United Girls. 4 minutes into the match, Royal Fusion takes possession. The ball is passed to Amina Burgess. She swings past 2 defenders, squares off with the goalkeeper and puts it in. 16 minutes into this one, Burgess finds Jocelyn Zuniga off the spot kick. Zuniga appears to attempt a pass to her teammate in front of the goal, but the ball rolls past the goalkeeper and the defender. 2 minutes later, All-Star United throws in the ball and turns it over to their opponents. Burgess sees the ball, finds the opening and fires towards the goalpost for a third goal. The match ended in favor of Royal Fusion, with All-Star United unable to score a goal. The second match of the day saw Samson Academy boys take on Ladyville Rising Star boys. In the first minute of the match, the refs call a foul against Samson Academy just outside the penalty box. Number 4 for Rising Stars, Kaelan Gordon, sets up for the spot kick. He kicks towards the goal. The ball goes off the shoulder of a defender and into the goal. That's the first goal of the match. And yes, folks, that would be the goal that ultimately sealed the deal for the Rising Stars in this match. The tournament continues on Saturday. The opening ceremony for the Pan American Games in Santiago, Chile was held on Friday night. Belize sent a delegation of athletes led by Alan Sharp. Among those athletes are Ashanti Carr, Brandon Jones, Amado Cruz, Trent Hardwich, and others. The games will run from October 28th to November 5th. We will keep tabs on our athletes' performance throughout the course of the 2 weeks. Well, folks, that's all we have for you in tonight's coverage of Sports Monday. Catch you in the next one.
And that's the news. Tonight's broadcast is available at channel5belize.com, on our Facebook and on YouTube. I'm Sabrina Daly. Thanks for joining us, and from all of us here at News 5, good night.